Thank you for joining me for our approach shots. So that was irons and hybrids this week. What I want to go is I just want to go over kind of from beginning to end what we talked about, probably in a very brief description. So we just started off at the beginning, just talking about simply when we're looking at approach shots, how do we want to look at them? Well, we're just trying to get our dispersion a little smaller. So we're trying to make our worst shots a little better. And the number one way to do that is to work on our contact consistency. So learning how to hit it closer to the center of the face more consistently. You'll start to notice that the really poor approach shots come from hitting it way off the heel, way off the toe, or chunking it or thinning it a lot, right? So we're trying to make our contact a little more consistent to help your dispersion get smaller. If our dispersion gets smaller, it's going to be easier for us to hit the green. Okay, so that's our goal is when we're practicing is we really want to learn how to be good with our contact. Okay, so what were some things that we worked on to help us with contact? The first thing that we actually did without a golf club, is I'd have everyone set up into a good setup position, which a good setup position would be our legs slightly bent, hinging from the waist until our hands are just over our knees, and then you're going to let your arms hang down in front of you, like so. So this is a very good setup position for all of your approach shots. Feet about shoulder width, weights about 50-50, okay? From there, what we worked on is we worked on the backswing turn. So backswing turn means that your lead shoulder for right hand, that's our left shoulder, is going to work, you'll see in this cross stick, it's going to work to the right side of the stick. Okay, so that's our backswing. Then we talked a lot about our golden move. Our golden move is this slide or this shift of our weight forward to this side of the stick and our right shoulder working a little bit underneath us like so. So making a good turn, I'm going to work on this shift and this right shoulder working a little bit underneath. You'll start to notice when I'm doing that shift, my right foot's coming slightly off the ground. I'm not turned like crazy. You can almost look how my belt buckle and my buttons on my shirt are almost still facing the camera here. And this would be our impact position. Notice how much more weight in my body mass is in front of the ball where it would be. Okay. So this would be a great drill for all of you to do at home, is just do your backswing and work on this move to impact and check to make sure your belt buckle and your buttons are still kind of facing the ball for the most part. Okay. So now we're going to do that same feeling with a golf club in our hands. So I'm going to do my backswing. I have this nice good forward move. And there's my impact. See, my body's in front of the club. My right foot's just slightly off the ground, like so. Okay. A really nice way to do this is notice I have a tee right outside the golf club. I might even put a tee on the inside part of the golf club as well. And you have to work on doing this and return the club back to where it started. If you're someone who hits off the heel, when you bring the club down, you're going to tend to, even in slow motion, you'll tend to bring the club down too far outside or away from you. So that would look like this. If I put it right next to this, you come down like this. Somebody who hits it off a toe, you're going to come down and it's going to look like this. So working on delivering this club back to where it started becomes very, very important. Okay. Once we kind of work on that move, we then talked about, being at a good balanced finish in your follow through, always being tall, facing the target, weights on the front foot. It shows a lot of commitment if you actually can stick and hold your follow through every time. If you're one of those people who, when you feel the poor contact, you almost stop, that means we're caring too much about the golf ball. We need to have some freedom and some commitment to swing all the way up and through to a nice balanced fall through. Alrighty, so I'm going to hit one here for us. Get my nice good setup. Okay, you're going to see I'm going to move my weight forward, and I'm going to go to a nice balanced fall through in the end here. Okay, now got that one a little heavy, but you're going to notice that the divot's still in front of the tee where the ball started. Now that's a little too big of a divot for my liking, but at least I moved my weight forward and I held my follow through even though it wasn't my best shot. Okay. What we then did is we took that and we went to the golf course and we just said, okay, how do we aim for our target, right? We talked about the idea of field goal post. So picking the furthest right place you can miss, the furthest left place, and then aiming right in between those. Okay. And most of the time you shouldn't be caring about where the pin is. You should be finding where your right treble is, where your left treble is, and then just aiming right in the middle of that and just swinging away very, very freely, confidently, and committed. Okay, so work on those things. We really want to work on our contact. If you guys remember one thing, it's can I start to make better, more consistent contact to help my dispersion? All right, look forward to seeing you next week, gentlemen.